let's talk about Miles Sanders and sour grapes. What's going on by now? You've seen the comments from Miles Sanders, wishing he would have gotten the ball a little bit more in the Super Bowl, and wish he could have did things different. And now it just sounds like sour grapes. I know you wanted to stay in Philadelphia, but that's the way business goes. Didn't work out that way. And let's be honest, the performance in the Super Bowl wasn't that great. You put the ball on the ground almost three times. I know the one they didn't rule it a catch, but kind of looked like a catch. But let's just be honest. You touched the ball. You got the ball seven times, and you put the ball on the ground twice early. So that's just the way that it goes. For the year, you had a great year. And I argued if they would have fed you the ball like a number one running back, you possibly, mathematically, could have led the league in rushing. And I believe that. I looked at what King Henry's stats were, and I took the difference in carries. You keep the yards per carry, and you take the difference. So I took the difference between your carries and Derrick Henry's, and then multiplied that by your average yards per carry. And based on that math, if they would have ran you like a true number one running back, you possibly could have led the league in rushing. But it didn't work out that way. That's not the way we ran our offense. That's the way they do business. Nothing you can do about that. You had a good year. You had a great year. But you didn't stick the landing. Now, you could say Gannon really didn't stick the landing. Everybody's, wanted to throw everything on him. But, the offense did what they had to do. They put 35 points on the board. And we still lost. So, a lot of that goes on the defensive side of the ball. But you didn't do yourself no favors in the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. Gainwell looked a little bit better than you did. And that's keeping it real. Big eye in the sky don't lie. Film don't lie. So, you wanted to stay in Philly. You wanted to get a better contract. Philly opted to go in a different direction. But you got your bag. You down in Carolina. You down with the good weather and the barbecue. You got your bag. However, why do you wait till now? We are, 2 months away from camp. We done went through OTAs. You done had all of these signings and all of the regular offseason stuff. The changing of the guard and everybody signing everybody else. You understand. After all of that has happened, now you want to raise hell and make these sly comments about the Eagles. I'm sure you wish you would have got the ball more, but it didn't work out that way. But don't cry about it now. You can't have sour grapes now. Move on. You with your new team, you got your bag, you got your contract. So keep it over there. Now, and here's the problem with a lot of these young kids now with social media. Everybody got to have something to say. Everybody got to have the last say. Just like when you were kids and you get into arguments, you may have won or lost the argument. At that point, it's irrelevant. But everybody just wants to have the last say. And that just keeps going and going and going. And it's the same thing with social media. Everybody wants to have the last say. And it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for how everything went down and how you left. Me, personally, I wish they would have re-signed you. I wanted you to stay. But I understand how the business is run. You don't always get what you want. And you keep it moving. But nowadays, the minute you want to come back and say stuff, now you got this whole fan base coming down on your neck. And you played at Penn State, you played here with the Eagles in Philly. You know how Philly fans do. So you know they coming after you. So you were in high regard in Philly. regardless of what you think. And that's a big thing of a lot of these athletes. A lot of these athletes get in their feelings and they think the situation is worse than what it actually is. Same thing happened a couple weeks ago with the 49ers. 49ers mouthing off about us bad talking San Francisco. And it's like most of the Philly fan base ain't worried about San Francisco. If you know anything about Philadelphia, there's two teams that Philadelphia pretty much hates. Number one is the Cowboys, and number two is the Giants. So I don't even think that, for the most part, all these guys that talk that smack about what we may be saying or what they heard, they don't know what the true deal is. They hearing it from an outside source, not from somebody in Philadelphia. And that's the problem. But having said all of that, Miles Sanders is somebody who should know that. So for him to put himself out there, like, dude, you just set yourself up for all of the booze and all of that kind of stuff that you gonna get. You know how Philly is. You know people in Philly don't hate you, but they gonna keep it real with you. And especially us guys that are in the media, and especially us guys that are in the media that played the game, study the game, watch film. You can't do nothing but keep it real. Film will always keep it real, regardless of what you think. Regardless of what you think, the film don't lie. And your dismount, or the last game you played for the Eagles, which was the Super Bowl, wasn't a great game. Period. That's the end of it. There really is no argument. So for you to bitch, moan, and complain about woulda, coulda, shoulda, doesn't even matter at this point. You just set yourself up and in the crosshairs of the Philadelphia fan base. So the next time you come to town, they're going to be on your case. It is what it is. So, man, I'm still a fan of Miles Sanders. Dude, do your thing. Put it on us in the game. If we play Carolina or whatever you do, it's up to you as a player. When you step on that field, you let everybody know so there is no misunderstanding of who the best player on the field is. I used to tell my kids that all the time when I used to coach. Every play, you leave no doubt on who the best player on the field is. That's the only way to shut everybody up. So we'll see you on the field at some point in time, and you're going to get what you get. So I appreciate y'all for checking me out. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next play.